What's going on, boys and girls? Today we are talking about the B8.5 Audi S4. These mods generally also apply to the B8. And well, I made this video for the GTI back in the day with my buddy Dills, and we were kind of silly through the whole video, and now it has like 500,000 views. So I figured I'd make one for the S4, and there will be no dabbing in this video at all. If you don't get that reference, the old video is linked up here. If you want to cringe, you can watch it. So, you just bought your S4 or you're online and you're looking for some cheap and easy mods. The first mod that's really not on the list because it's not that cheap is an intake for these cars. Let me tell you why. This is called a supercharger. Superchargers make fun whining noises. Stock airbox closes all this area off, which means you don't hear the fun whining noises. But if you get an intake, all that whining noise comes out of there, over here, and comes out of this. So while it's not cheap, it's definitely worthwhile to invest in an intake. Now let's get into real 5 cheap easy mods for your S4. The first mod that I think everybody and their brother knows about is getting an RS grille for the car. It looks like this, it's super simple, and it's a big upgrade from the stock one that looks like this. Let me tell you why. Not only does it look better at the front of the car and it's a little prettier design, if you notice, the stock fog grills are also honeycomb. So why would you want bars here and honeycomb there? It just looks weird. So I would recommend upgrading to an RS grill. This is a Quattro RS grill. This is from eBay. My other RS grill is also from eBay. The reason that these grills are from eBay is that the shape of the grill is trademarked from Audi, and they're coming down pretty hard on US manufacturers. So China's really the only place that they can get made if they're aftermarket, because China's trademark enforcement is definitely more lax than US. Now, while upgrading to the RS grill, you are going to have to remove the front bumper. That's a perfect time for the second cheap and easy mod that you can do at the same time as the RS grill. That is replacing the awful stock, I believe, halogen fog light bulbs with a fog light bulb of your choice. I happen to choose yellow, which doesn't look very yellow on camera, actually. Let me see if I can make it look more yellow. There you go. That fog light is yellow. The headlight is an LED. Or if you don't use your fog lights and you want impractical usage, you can also put an HID bulb or an LED bulb in there to match the headlights and make them both really bright. Now, I don't have that because I like having yellow fogs because they work better in the snow and rain. They don't reflect back at you as hard, so I think they look functional. I don't really run my fogs for looks. If I ran them for looks, I'd probably have LED bulbs in there so that they match the headlights. Either way, you can get to the fog lights by coming through the fender liner on that side, but it's easier when you pull the whole front bumper. You have the fog lights right in front of you. You can just twist the back, pull the old bulb out, put the new bulb in, and then you'll have no ugly fog lights, and you'll have an RS grill in your car. The third mod that I think everybody should do on their S4s is paint your brake calipers. Now the stock ones are black. These are actually upgraded Q5 calipers, but if we go to the rear of the car, even the rear is painted red. I think this adds a really nice touch. The factory brake calipers are black, as you probably know if you own one of these cars, and I think it looks super boring. So on my old setup, I had the stock brakes, but I was running them in yellow behind gunmetal wheels, and it looked fantastic. I just think that the brakes on this car are big enough that you can paint them a color and they don't look tiny. They actually look good. So why not take advantage of that and add the brake caliper color to your car's color scheme? For example, if you had a silver car on gunmetal wheels and you put in the yellow brake caliper versus a black brake caliper, it's going to look much better, and it's going to make the car pop a little bit more. It's going to add a little bit more contrast than if you don't play with the brake calipers at all. Really simple to do. If you just mask off, you can spray them right on the car, or if you want to do it right, you can take them off of the car, but you do need VAGCOM for the rear caliper. Speaking of VAGCOM, let's talk about cheap, easy, and simple mod number 4. Cheap, easy, and simple mod number 4 is VAGCOM mods. Now this will cost you next to nothing if you have friends with VAGCOM. Ooh, that light just died. Now this will cost you literally next to nothing if you have friends with a VAGCOM cable, because they should just be able to come over and hook up to your car and flash the mods, such as putting your window down with the keys, coming home and leaving home, which means turning the front lights on when you lock and unlock the car. There's stuff like gauge sweep if you don't have that already, secret menu in the MMI. There's a bunch of things that you can unlock. If you don't have a friend with VAGCOM, the cables are fairly expensive and the new ones are limited VIN. So I would recommend going on the forums and finding an older cable that's not limited VIN but still works with the new cars. It's a little bit complicated and it definitely takes some research, so spend some time looking into VAGCOM cables if you don't have somebody local to you, and you'll definitely understand what's going on. If you don't understand what's going on, you could join a forum or a Facebook group and ask a question about VAGCOM cables. I'm sure people would be willing to inform you more on the topic. The fifth and final easy mod for your S4 is to get rid of the V6T badge that comes stock on this car. If If you don't know how to debadge cars, it's fairly simple. Just heat the area up with a heat gun lightly, make sure not to overheat anything, and run some floss behind it, and then clean it up with a little bit of Goo Gone or rubbing alcohol to take the adhesive off. I think this looks much cleaner than having V6T, considering this is a supercharged motor. The other option is they actually do make supercharged badges for the side of the car. Some cars came with it, some cars didn't. All the A6s came with it, which is really weird. But you can buy supercharged badges off of eBay. They're really low quality, or you can go on the forums and find some local guys that are selling them, kind of like newish OEM-ish ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're definitely worth it. I had some cheap carbon fiber ones that I bought, and there's a reason that they're not on the car. Plus, I kind of like the clean fender look. It makes it a little bit more subtle and the car flow a little bit more. I think with the branding on the brake calipers, it may have been too much to have supercharged there. But who knows? Maybe I'll put them on when I do the next wrap color. There are a couple other cheap, easy, and simple mods that I didn't mention in this video, such as LED interior lights or just washing your car and keeping it clean. If you have ideas for cheap, easy, and simple mods, leave them in the comments below. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.